Hey Becca, welcome to your makeup tutorial. It's gonna be super weird, but we're gonna see how this goes for today. So step one, we're gonna start with your primer. All right. Okay. You're gonna spread it all over your face because we're trying to make a solid base for your foundation and whatnot. Do it all over your forehead, all over your cheeks. Just kind of like you're spreading in moisturizer. We're gonna do your eyelids too. Just literally everywhere. All right, we're nice and primed up now. Okay, so next we are going to get a concealer and we're gonna put it directly on our eyelids. Doesn't have to look pretty because we're gonna blend it in very shortly. Okay. So yeah, take your beauty blender, make sure it's wet, and just blend that shit in. Oh, would you look at that? You're gonna go all the way up into your eyebrow because we're putting all product up there. So we have to have a strong base for that. All right, so we're all concealed up now. And we're gonna set that in place using a light shade. Okay. I don't know how to turn the video around, so I'm just gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna use like one that's closest to white. Okay? All right. So you're also gonna use like a fluffy brush to do that. So we're just gonna coat it. So it looks like that. You don't need to like worry about taking excess product off because it's just going directly over everywhere. All right. We are nice and set on that eye. We're gonna go in with the next one. All right. Sick deal. Okay, we're good. We're nice and set. So we're gonna jump right in to doing that eyeshadow now. Okay, so we're gonna start with our transition shade. Still trying to figure out how to turn this camera around. It's driving me absolutely nuts, but whatever, we're gonna have to work with what we got. So you're gonna find your light-ish neutral color. I'm gonna be using peanut butter. I don't know if you can see that. Gonna do that one right there. All right. You're gonna take that same brush that you used to put the concealer on. And with this, we're gonna tap away some extra product because we don't wanna look like a crazy person. Okay, so to do this, you're gonna go to the corner of your eye to where it extends. You're gonna open it, close it real quick, and then dot it. So with this one, you're basically tracing like your eye socket, if that makes sense. And we're gonna start with like small circles. We're gonna go all the way around. I'm gonna use this mirror because it has better lighting, but you can still see what I'm up to. We're gonna extend a little bit out as well. It's okay if it goes outside. Crease there a little bit. Just having fun blending away. All right. Okay, so we're gonna do the next eye. So again, oh my God, this is awful. Where am I? Over here. Okay, so we're gonna dap it in there and we're gonna tap some of it off. Gonna document every single thing. Okay, same deal. So outer corner of your eye, we're gonna dot it and then we're gonna bring it in. Just tiny little circles. It's okay if it extends out a little bit. We're good to go. So it's not supposed to look super defined. It's literally just to help blend stuff at the end and to make it look, just to make the transition a little bit better. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put your like shiny base down. So I'm using caramel. I forget what it's called in your palette, but just use the shiny one that we did. And you're just gonna apply it directly onto your eyeball, like the entirety of your eyeball. Cool. And like, don't be afraid to really just like rub it in. Oh my God, sorry. Yeah, so I'm like vigorously rubbing it in. So we want it to look real shiny on your finger so that it really goes on super pigmented. Okay, we're all set with that one. Okay, so now we're gonna start with the darker shade. And we're gonna start going in with that. So you're gonna take your fluffy brush again, and you're gonna use the darker color. Okay, and this one's important that you tap as well because we don't want to have excess stuff on there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the corner of your eye there. You're gonna open, close real quick, and then dot it. Okay, then this is like the one where you're only gonna go a quarter of the way in. And you're just gonna do tiny little circles, and you're basically just gonna cover a quarter of that lid. So I think that I'm gonna need more product here. So I'm gonna go in and add more. So we're just gonna keep doing that until you find basically where you're happy with, like with the darkness. All right. So like that looks good enough for what we're doing for right now. Just gonna go in with the other side now and do the same thing. Corner, open, tap. We're gonna work our way in a quarter of the way. Okay. So we get something that looks somewhat even. There, that looks even, sure. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back over the shiny part, the one that goes right over your lid, to like the gold one. Now we're just gonna go back in and just make sure it's really strong and that you can see it. Just gonna do the other side again. Okay. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go back in with the transition shade just to blend everything. And so you're gonna take your fluffy brush again, make sure you're tapping off the excess, and we're just gonna go from the corner right over top, right along your like eye socket, like we did in the beginning. Okay, let's do the other side real quick. Okay, I think we're good with that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our highlighting shade on. So you're gonna get your, I think it was the lightest one of like the trio highlighter one. You're gonna grab a brush. I think we have different brushes for this, but just find one that works best for you. And you're just gonna take that highlighter and you're gonna go right along the brow bone. So right under your eyebrow arch. Basically right under to where it meets for the eyeshadow. Okay. And same thing with the other side. You can see that popping a little bit in the light, which is kind of fun. And we're gonna take your finger and you're gonna dab it into your highlighter. So it looks like that. You're just gonna dot it in the corner of your eye to make it a little bit more bright. We do the same thing on the other side. And I'm just gonna tap it around until you like see a little bit of a sparkle in the corner there. All right. So we basically have our eyeshadow done for the most part. Now you're gonna take your concealer and we're gonna make the triangles under your eyes to make them more bright and to clean up excess like product. So we're just gonna go like this, make a triangle so you look like a clown. So that's exactly how you wanna look for a wedding. Sick deal. Okay, we look real good right now. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna take your beauty blender and you're just gonna blend that right into your skin. You're gonna try to get up close to your lash line to make it really uniform. Do the other side. All right. So we look nice and bright now, which is exciting. And we're gonna do that like weird line thing that I showed you. So you're gonna basically line up where your water line starts, and you're just gonna go straight up from that. So water line, straight up. I think you can kind of see that. We can like draw it down a little bit so you can see it a little better. Okay, so we got that side done. Line it up with your water line. Okay, you're gonna draw lines straight up. Okay. Cool. And then you're gonna take your beauty blender and just blend that right in so we have like a nice clean line now. Now remember, if you like don't like how high the line is, or if it's too low or something like that, you can always just grab your brush and then kind of restart. Just use your transition shade, blend everything out again until you have it where you need it to be. Okay, so I'm okay with where this line is. I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna take the loose powder stuff. I'm gonna set you down for a sec. Oh God, it's falling into the sink. Okay, we're okay. All right, so the loose powder. Take your beauty blender, you're gonna dunk it in the powder, and you're just gonna stick it right over top of your concealer for funsies to set it. We're baking right now, so exciting. Okay, we're just gonna add a little bit more because I feel like I have a lot of oil on my face for some reason, so there you go. We're gonna leave that open because we're gonna use it again. Okay, so we're just gonna chill for a bit. We're gonna leave it on, hang out and whatnot. I would leave this on for like 5 minutes. I'm not gonna do that because I'm not leaving the house. So just pretend that we did this for 5 minutes. You're gonna take your fluffy brush and you're gonna like aggressively get rid of that. Make sure that there's no white powder because we don't want to look like cocaine addicts, because that's not what we're going for. This is a wedding. Okay, so now we're nice and set, and we're gonna do our lower lash now for the eye look. So you're gonna take, I think you had an angle brush. Take your angle brush, and you're gonna take your transition shade. So I'm gonna use the peanut butter one, the first one that I used. That one right there. And we're just gonna tap our brush into it. I don't know if you can see this at all. I should probably just stop doing this. Okay, there we go. We're gonna tap the excess off because we don't want to look like a crazy person. And you're gonna start from the outside and work your way in. Like you're painting. Oh my God, I didn't even, okay. You couldn't see any of that because I was like half on my face. Okay, I'll try this again. So yeah, we're gonna start from the outer corner. You're only gonna go halfway. Okay. And we're gonna do the other eye. We're gonna tap off there. So we're gonna start from the outer corner and then draw halfway. Okay. So we look mildly crazy right now, that's okay. Then you're gonna take your fluffy brush again and you're gonna brush right underneath your eye line. So you're kind of like getting rid of the excess to make it less harsh, but you're also spreading it to finish your whole eye. So it just didn't like abruptly stop. Okay, so I'm okay with where we're at right now. I'm gonna see if I can find better lighting. Okay, cool. So the lower line is now attached up into the upper eyeshadow for like a nice continuous look, which is kind of fun. And yeah, that's where we're at right now with the eyes. Okay, and we're gonna start in on the foundation now. So you're gonna grab your foundation. I'm gonna set you down for a sec. And you're gonna stick it on the bottom of your beauty blender. Okay, Looks like that. And you're just gonna attack your face. Try not to go where you put your concealer, because you want to make sure that's nice and bright to brighten up your face. But just go to town everywhere else. So yeah. And just do like just dabs. You want to make sure it's really in there. If you think it's like too opaque, the coverage, you can add a little bit more water to your beauty blender. It'll make it a little more translucent and not as like cakey. So, Jesus, my nose is friggin' red, man. Oh my god. Way too much sun. Okay. Make sure you blend it into your neck, otherwise you're gonna look like a crazy person. And you don't want to get kicked out of the wedding. Okay. Shut you down again for a sec, so I gotta add more product to my face. Okay. Gotta do the forehead. Because my forehead looks real red for some reason. I don't know what happened. I didn't even go outside today. It was raining. Okay, so you want to make sure you're getting, like, don't like obviously like go into your hair because like that's gross, but like you want to make sure it goes up to your hairline so it like blends nicely. All right. I feel like that's good enough coverage in my opinion. And yeah, so we're gonna take this translucent powder again. And you're gonna take your big brush and you're gonna dunk it in there, and you're literally just gonna go all over your face because you want to make sure that it sets. That's what this is. It's basically setting powder. It's not going to show up translucent or anything, or you're not going to see like white stuff on your face, which is ideal, but it's just going to absorb all the oil. Make sure you're going down to where you put the foundation in your neck, just forehead, nose, all that fun stuff. Okay, cool. So we're nice and set now. Lovely. And if you're not feeling your eyebrows, like I know you're getting them colored and stuff, but I can do that real quick just to make sure that we like what's going on. So you're gonna grab your eye pencil. This is mine. You're gonna take your spoolie brush and you're gonna shape your eyebrows to however you like them. Okay. Good enough for me, whatever. And I'm gonna take your pencil part now. And so I always start on the top part, and I kind of just trace the line that I want, or however I want my brows to look and stuff. I'm gonna come down and do like little brush strokes and stuff. Okay, then we're gonna slowly just do a little like strokes up, make it a little bit more natural. We don't want to draw any lines like right near the top because then we're gonna look like a crazy person. We don't want that. Same thing with this side. Obviously I'm doing a very quick job. I would do a little bit more or put more effort into this, but whatever. It's fine. Cool. So now I have eyebrows again, which is kind of fun. And we're just gonna take the spoolie brush. I'm gonna set you down one sec. The hell did I put the lid? Whatever, doesn't make, okay. So yeah, we're gonna take the spoolie brush again, and we're just gonna go back in and kind of just blend this out to make it look more natural. Okay, cool. So we have eyebrows again, which is nice. Okay. All right. So now what we're gonna do, like if you have like eyebrow gel, I would suggest using that. What I've done in the past, if I don't have eyebrow gel, I take the spoolie brush, put a bit of like hair gel on it, and like take off the excess, and I like literally just draw, like go over top of it, and it like sets your eyebrows nicely, which is kind of fun. So yeah, you can do that if you want. If not, like whatever. I don't think you're doing your eyebrows because you're getting them tinted, but like in the event that you wanted to do them, that's kind of how that goes. I'm gonna throw some mascara on. You're getting your eyelashes done, but in the event that this doesn't happen for some reason, at this stage you're gonna throw your mascara on. Do this real quick so we look like we have eyelashes, because I looked bald before. Do the other side real quick.
You're making a difference to keep people safe from COVID-19, and we all need to continue our efforts to protect each other.
We're gonna do the bottom line. I don't like draw down. I literally just like tap, like at the root, till it gets some color. We're good to go from there. Okay, so now we're gonna bronze. And this morning I watched a tutorial on how to bronze so we can do this properly. This is my bronzer. I think it's gonna be a bit too dark for my face, but like whatever, I don't care. So you're gonna take your big brush, pat it in there, get rid of the excess. So basically what I learned is you start from your temple. You're gonna go right along your cheekbone. So if you squint up a bit, the apple of your eye, you're gonna follow that and you're gonna go make a C formation. So it helps if you like do that weird little like smirky smile. You're just gonna brush until you bring some color back into your face. We're gonna go at the top, make a nice C, and just aggressively wipe away. Cool. And we're gonna go back in for the other side. And we're gonna go make a C formation. Cool. So we're nice and bronze. If you want, you can add more bronzer. I'm gonna leave this up to you. If you feel like you're too bronzed, then yeah, if you think you put too much bronzer on, take your sponge and just like tap over top of it. It'll take the excess off. If you feel like you can also add some foundation a little bit to like minimize that. So I think we're decently bronzed right now. I can see my cheekbone coming in, so that's a good indication that that's a thing. And we're gonna go in with, oh, I'm making a mess. Jesus Christ, okay. We're gonna go in with our blush. So make sure you use that darker shade that you used before. You're gonna take, I use my fluffy brush, like whatever. And you're just gonna tap it because we don't wanna look like a clown because that's not what we're going for. And again, you're just gonna make that weird smirky, like, to make sure the apple of your cheek is like sticking out. So we're just gonna tap until I get like a nice little like, oh look, she actually like has a healthy glow to her and she doesn't look like a corpse. So yeah, okay, other side. Okay, so you can kind of see it. We don't want it to look too prominent. And this sounds like super weird, but you're gonna go into the blush again, tap off the excess. And I always put like a little bit on like the center part of my forehead because it makes it look like you got some sun. Okay, so now we look somewhat presentable. Cool, we're good. Okay, so now we're gonna go on with your favorite, which is the highlighter. But it's gonna be fine because the highlighter is really nice. I think it completes the whole look. So you're gonna take your highlighting brush and we're basically kind of following the same pattern that you followed with the bronzer, like that C thing, but you're gonna go like kind of on top of your cheekbone instead of directly on your cheekbone. So it's gonna go on top instead of directly on. Don't worry about tapping excess product off of your highlighter because the more the better in my opinion. So we're gonna start kind of like mid cheekbone on top of there. So, yeah. See that? It's popping. It's popping. And we're gonna go up top. Do a nice little C. Cool. Okay. Same thing with on the other side. We're gonna go on top. So we're nice and glowy. Oh, look at this. So that the sun's gonna catch it and everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, Becca's like glowing like an angel. Oh my gosh. That is the purpose of highlighter. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I always go down the bridge of my nose. It's kind of fun. And then your Cupid's bow. I can't talk today, this is awful. Okay. So I'm liking what's going on here. Nice and subtle, we're good to go. And the final thing is your lipstick. I'm gonna set you down for a sec. So you're using gloss, a tinted gloss, but just use the same kind of technique that I'm gonna show you right here. So I would start in the middle of the bottom, and you kind of just spread it out. You're gonna follow the line of your lip. Okay, and you're gonna, so that some of the product gets transferred up into your top lip, and you're just gonna go follow the same lines as your lip. And you're gonna just, to make sure everything's fully in line. And if you have setting spray, this is the opportunity to do it. If not, we're basically good to go at this point. So, pretty happy with how this turned out. It's like natural, but also kind of bronzy, glammy. It's really bad lighting, so you can't actually see very well how much of the sparkle is in there, but let me just, okay. Yeah, so you can see that, you can see the highlighter on top, how it's all extended out, the darker color. If you want, you can go back in and add more of like the middle eye, like glittery part to make that pop more. Your choice, doesn't matter. But yeah, that's basically it. So good luck. And if you have any questions or you're freaking out, please call me and I can FaceTime you on the train and I can walk you through how to do it. But thanks for stopping by. And remember, it's to subscribe at the bottom. Have a great day.